Good afternoon and welcome to ICU TV Lunchtime News. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. Southern Africa Migration Conference nears conclusion in Johannesburg. President Hichilema commissions Zambia's first $110 million United States dollars glucose and starch plant. Lusaka High Court upholds Raphael Nakacinda's 18-month sentence for defaming President Hichilema. And in our international news, Australian PM defends ambassador to US after Trump run-in. And in our sports news, Mourns former national team striker Simon Kaodi Kaushi. With the news details, my name is Mapalukasama. The Southern Africa Migration Network Conference is nearing conclusion in Johannesburg, South Africa, where delegates from across the region have gathered to discuss key issues affecting migrants and refugees. Let's now cross over to Miriam Gamani for live updates on day 2 of the conference. Miriam, well done firstly on the consistent updates. Tell us, how is the atmosphere on day 2 of the conference and what is expected as the conference closes later this afternoon?
Well, thank you so much, Mapaloka Sama, for having me. It is day 2 of the Southern Africa Migration Network Conference. A gathering that's bringing out pressing issues on migrants and refugees' rights right here in Johannesburg, South Africa, rights to do with migrants and refugees. And it is the second day. The conference is set to finish today. We'll be having breakout sessions, and later in the day, we'll be discussing on migration policy, human rights, and asylum seekers in Southern Africa. And right now, I will be speaking to some of the delegates who are just going to give us his perspective on what they're just getting from the conference. I am joined by the director of the Jesuit Justice and Ecology Network in Africa, Father Rampe Hautwa. How are you? I beg your pardon.
I know it's a difficult surname to pronounce.
Oh, yes,
no problem.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. I'm fine,
Yeah.
thanks. And how are you?
Thank you so much for talking with us.
It's a pleasure.
Oh, yes, it is. Yesterday during your speech, you brought out an issue to do with Ubuntu. How can that be accomplished on the Southern African region in context with migration?
I think Ubuntu, it's one of our principles, our values that we grew up with as Africans, and it's something that it's very much in our cultures, and to help us understand that I am because you are, we depend on each other for our survival, irrespective of where we come from. So it's that value that we carry as Africans, making sure that our well-being, my well-being is dependent on your well-being. So if you are not well, I cannot say I am well. So we need to work together to make sure that as children of God, we are taking care of each other. So Ubuntu, it's that value, way of life that says, I am only well if you are well. And when we had during the time of apartheid, I'm a South African. During the time of apartheid, the frontline state, they practiced that Ubuntu by welcoming our brothers and sisters who were running away from the repressive apartheid system here in South Africa. And that was part of Ubuntu. And we need to remind ourselves and to teach our younger generation, the Gen Zs and all of that, Ubuntu, it's part of our value. It's irrespective of the challenges that we face as human beings, be it economic, political, social, but we still need to take care of each other. And that's really Ubuntu, making sure that my sister, my brother is well. And in that way, I'm also well, because I'll be happy, I'll live in peace when somebody else is well. So I think that's what I was trying to say. And, to try and move away from this exclusive way of doing things and say, okay, I am from this side of the fence and you are from that side of the fence, and so you are not a fully human being. We are all human beings, we are all children of God. So fences do not determine who we are. The borders were created, like I said in my intervention. The borders are human created, and so we need to go beyond that, transcend that perception of saying, okay, I can only recognize you if you have something, or if you come from this side of the fence, and no, we are all people, we are all Bantu, we are all Batu in Sesotho, and we need to take care of each other. And basically, that's what I was saying, that we need that principle of solidarity, of common good, well-being for all of us. It's important. So yeah, that's basically what I was trying to say, that we need to take care of each other, and irrespective of where we come from, citizenship or
Race.
background, economic background, or political background, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that was my point really when I was talking about Ubuntu.
Yeah, thank you so much, Father Rambe.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good. Thank you. God bless.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
I can now report to you, Mapaloka Sama, that the issue of women inclusion has been something that has been critically discussed here at the conference. And I will be sitting down with one of the participants, one of the delegates, Mrs. Tolu George, who's just a member of the women movement right here in South Africa. Mrs. Tolu, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for sitting down and having this conversation with me.
Yes, it is a privilege and a pleasure to do this.
Of course. What do you think are some practical measures that can be put to make sure that women inclusion is involved in shaping migrants' governance policies?
I think one of the most important things that we can do is to collaborate, which has been the running theme in this conference, the importance of collaboration, because we can't really influence the policies, we can't make any input in the policies if we are not seated in the rooms where the policies are being made, and we can't access the rooms where those policies are being made on our own. So we have to build broad partnerships with a huge plurifera of different organizations, government organizations, civil society organizations, diplomatic community, traditional community, so that they can give us access into the rooms where our voices are heard, our concerns are raised at those spaces, and then we can begin to influence the policies that affect us the most.
Thank you so much for having this conversation with me.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk with you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So there you have it. The conference is set to come to a close today, and we'll still be bringing you more updates on the recommendations and discussions that will be made during the afternoon session. Right now, they're just going into breakout sessions, and they'll be giving their reports just after that. So stay tuned to our Facebook page, ICU TV and ICU TV News, as I will be bringing you daily updates. Thank you, Mapaloka Sama. Back to you.
Miriam Gamani, who is currently at the Summit Conference, just giving us a live update on what is currently happening in South Africa. Moving on to the next story. President Hakainde Hichilema has commissioned Zambia's first ever glucose and starch manufacturing plant worth 110 million United States dollars in Lusaka's multi-facility economic zone. The state-of-the-art facility, established by the Trade Kings Group, positions Zambia as the third producer of glucose and starch in Africa, after Egypt and South Africa. The investment is expected to create over 1,000 direct jobs for Zambians, while supporting local farmers through the annual purchase of 126,000 tons of maize grain. President Hichilema says the project marks a significant milestone in the country's ongoing industrial revolution and value addition drive within the agribusiness sector. He reaffirms his government's commitment to improving the business environment to attract more investment and stimulate job creation. The Lusaka High Court has upheld the earlier conviction of Tonse Alliance Secretary General Raphael Nakacinda, who was sentenced to 18 months in prison for defamation of the president by the Lusaka Magistrates Court. High Court Judge Anna Ononuju also issued a bench warrant for Mr. Nakacinda's arrest after he failed to appear in court. The opposition figure had previously informed the court that he was unwell, and when his case related to alleged tribal remarks came up on October 20th, 2025. Mr. Nakacinda's conviction stems from comments in which he alleged that President Hichilema had summoned judges to influence rulings in a case involving former Patriotic Front members of parliament. In response to the ruling, Mr. Nakacinda expressed surprise at his imprisonment, stating that he was convicted under a law that has since been repealed, but vowed to continue speaking on behalf of Zambians.
Has been repealed. We will continue to speak, even in detention. The challenge remains with those of you who have a bit of freedom, because those of us who are going in prison, we are not different from those of you outside, because you are gagged just like we are going to be detained and cannot speak. It's up to you to summon courage and continue to fight for Mother Zambia. Thank you very much.
The Lusaka City Council has completed the construction of a maternity wing by the Atkawata Clinic to improve access to quality maternal health care for expectant mothers and newborns in the area. LCC Public Relations Manager Chola Mwamba says the project was funded through the Constituency Development Fund for the 2023 to 2024 financial year at a total cost of 1,786,159 kwacha, 79 ingwe. Ms. Mwamba states that the new facility is designed to provide safe, accessible, and efficient healthcare services aimed at reducing maternal and infant mortality rates. She explains that the maternity wing will ease congestion in nearby health centers and ensure timely care for expectant mothers. Ms. Mwamba adds that the council remains committed to improving healthcare infrastructure through partnerships with reliable contractors such as Tekken Engineering Company Limited.
This demonstrates the council's commitment to improving healthcare infrastructure in the city. The money spent on this project was approximately 1.7 million kwacha. The new maternity wing is designed to provide accessible, quality, and safe maternal healthcare services with the ultimate goal of reducing maternal and infant mortality rates in the city. This facility will play a critical role in ensuring that expectant mothers and newborns receive the care they need in a safe and supportive environment. The Lusaka City Council is committed to improving healthcare services and enhancing the well-being of the Lusaka's residents. The newly constructed maternity wing is a testament of the council's dedication to delivering essential infrastructure services that meets the needs of the community.
Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Administration, Dr. Gabriel Pollen, has reaffirmed that the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, is playing a pivotal role in empowering the youth and transforming communities across Zambia. Speaking during the Youth Speak Youth Voices on Constituency Development Fund and Local Empowerment Workshop held at Mkango Golfview Hotel in Lusaka, Dr. Pollen described CDF as a cornerstone of government's grassroots development strategy. He notes that the fund supports youth empowerment through vocational training, start-up capital for small businesses, and education initiatives such as bursaries and infrastructure development. The Permanent Secretary further highlighted that the CDF's impact extends to improving local infrastructure, health services, and community participation in development. Dr. Pollen urges all stakeholders to strengthen accountability, build capacity within local councils, and ensure the sustainability of CDF-funded projects for lasting impact. Minister of Tourism and Chairperson of the UN Tourism Commission for Africa, Honorable Rodney Sikumba, has joined the international community in celebrating 50 years of UN tourism's contribution to global tourism development. The milestone marks 5 decades of collaboration, innovation, and sustainable growth within the global tourism sector. Mr. Sikumba has invited tourism ministers from around the world to attend the 26th UN Tourism General Assembly, scheduled to take place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia from 7th to 11th November 2025. The event will be held under the theme AI-Powered Tourism, Redefining the Future, focusing on technology's role in shaping the industry's next phase. He reaffirms Zambia's commitment to advancing innovation and fostering shared prosperity through sustainable tourism initiatives.
Greetings from the Republic of Zambia. As we commemorate 50 years of UN tourism, we celebrate 5 decades of partnership, growth, and shared commitment to advancing tourism as a driver of prosperity and sustainable development. As chairperson for UN Tourism Commission for Africa, I take this opportunity to invite all ministers of tourism world over to join us at the 26th UN Tourism General Assembly to be held in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, from the 7th to the 11th of November 2025 under the theme, and I quote, AI-Powered Tourism, Redefining the Future, end quote. Let us come together to exchange insights.
We now take a break. Coming up in international and sports news, Australian PM defends ambassador to US after Trump ran in. FAR's Mourns former national team striker Simon Kaodi Kaushi.
Vami wamwene kukupa basofu ate gift ya wedding wewe
kabampo ga honto kweswa
wei
sebo buji bajita kuti humbo wa arwa kumumpa muso
ale
they give one zo
basa sunu tusegelela akupobola nguzu ya mwanesu musanko yulage mwana mujende
tamdori ndira honeymoon
yansa yebo tuni kurya honeymoon ndiye teku ya kusaka ka kupange maloko mbo tuni kukhala amike kuno mudaro lo bagamba kuti utaka kuti nantaka mihi mu Lusaka ishi ndi mubwa itabaga ndijite claustration bagandi sibe buya baga kuhema jana
iwe amanini munganda mwana unkira mafia ng'ombe papeni na da ng'ombe muno
Lucky do you know me? Do you know my wife? Have you seen my wife? Chiriku.
Urefu atoka ni mochari mpia.
Maybe I should go to doctors. Bambira ma doctor ati wabora hipondo tu.
Ah.
Chikaringa byani bantu nawe chakaringa byani go. Oh.
Chachiringo kumichiringanya pa mulesu wa mafuta.
Wow. I'm so impressed mura. Pesi ndari kwamba bakuti. Aya mahuta nunkira musimba. Imwe mwaga suba.
Thank you for staying with us. We continue with the news, and now in our international news, Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has strongly defended his ambassador to the US after Donald Trump said he did not like the diplomat during a meeting at the White House. On Monday, Trump was asked about Kevin Rudd, a former Prime Minister turned ambassador to the US, who wrote several now-deleted tweets critical of the US president years before his Washington posting. Rudd owned up to the tweets, prompting the US leader to say he did not like him either and causing the room to erupt in laughter. The high-stakes meeting with Trump was Albanese's first, and the Prime Minister later dismissed the comments as a banter amid calls to sack Rudd.
9 months to get this meeting. Have you had any concerns with this administration, with the stance on Palestine, climate change, or even things the ambassador said about you in the past, the Australian ambassador?
I don't know anything about him. I mean, if he said bad, then maybe he'll like to apologize. I really don't know. Did an ambassador say something bad about him? Don't tell me. I don't. Where is he? Is he still working for you?
Yeah.
You said bad?
Before I took this position, Mr. President.
I don't like you either. I don't, and I probably never will.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We now move into our sports news, but before that, let's take a break.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Welcome back. We continue with the news. The Football Association of Zambia, FAS, has expressed deep sorrow over the passing of former Zambia national team striker Simon Kaodi Kaushi. FAS President Keith Mwemba described the late Kaushi as one of the country's football greats, noting his contribution as part of the 1974 Africa Cup of Nations runner-up team. He says Kaushi's legacy extends beyond his playing days, having also contributed to women's football through his role as director at Moba Queens Women Football Club. Mr. Mwemba conveyed heartfelt condolences to the Kaushi family on behalf of the football community. That sports item brings us to the end of the lunchtime news, but before we go, a quick recap of the stories that made headlines. Southern Africa Migration Conference nears conclusion in Johannesburg. President Hichilema commissioned Zambia's first 110 million United States dollars glucose and starch plant. Lusaka High Court upholds Raphael Nakacinda's 18-month sentence for defaming President Hichilema. And in our international news, Australian PM defends ambassador to US after Trump ran-in. In our sports news, FAS Mourns former national team striker Simon Kaodi Kaushi. Thank you so much for watching. For more news updates, do catch the main news at 20 hours. My name is Mapalo Kasama. Good afternoon.